Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधा गोविंद गोस्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते प्रभुपादिय देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी ब्रह्मजननिस्तारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो। कृष्णलीलामृतसार तार शतशतधार दशदीघ्रबहे जहाहिते से चैतन्यलीला सरोवरक्षय मनहं सचराहताते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जयाद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जयाद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जयाद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 3, Adi Lila, the external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. In our last class, we looked to the texts of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, where he describes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestow good fortune upon all. And how does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestow good fortune? He said, simply by his smiling. While glancing upon others, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiles, his smile drives away all the bereavements of the world. And it is said that just his smiling glance expands auspicious creepers of devotion. And when he starts speaking, that even becomes manifold. This is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu obliges all living entities to take shelter at his lotus feet to attain transcendental love of God. So in that way, Sri Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami he says, Sriyanga Srimukhaji Karidarasan Tar Papakshay Hai Papa Pai Premadhan. So anyone who get a glance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's beautiful face and his body, Sarva Papak Kshay, all his sinful reactions are eradicated, and by Premadhan, he also get the wealth of the love of Godhead. This is the unique feature of Lord Chaitanya's descent. And what is that? Anyone who sees his beautiful face becomes free from all sins. So, when other incarnations came, they are not so much magnanimous. Therefore, this is how we can understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent is more compassionate than in comparison to any other incarnations. That is what described in the next verse, text number 65. Anya avataresa sanyastra sange Chaitanya Krishna sanyanga upange. So in other incarnations, Lord came with his armies and weapons. But in this incarnation, his soldiers are his plenary parts and associates. That means in other incarnations, Lord, he used his weapons, his armies to kill the miscreants. But in this incarnation, with the help of his Angas and Upangas that is going to come, his associates, his devotees, he is going to kill the demoniac mentality of the people, but people will still be saved. Therefore, Chaitanya Krishna means Chaitanya and Krishna. That means is Krishna from inside, and outside is Gaura. Gaura Krishna. Okay. Sadyo Pashyah Sriman Dhrutam Anuja Kayai Jam Anuja Kayai Pranaitam Bahadhir Girvanair Girisah Paramesti Prabhutivi Swabhaktebhyo Shraddham Nija Bhujadana Nija Bhajana Mudram Padisan Sa Chaitanya Kim Me Punarapi Jisuryashyami Padam. Here it is explained that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always the most worshipable deity of the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, who came in the garb of ordinary man, bearing love for him. He instructs his own pure devotional service to his own devotees. Will he again be the object of my vision? We know from Navadvip pastime, Brahma, Indra, Lord Shiva, all of them, they came to Navadvip Dham to worship Gauranga Mahaprabhu for his mercy. So in that way, the devotee is seeking the blessing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When will he again be the object of my vision? So now, from text number 67, he is discussing about his Anga. अंगोपांगस्त्रकरे स्वकार्य साधन अंग शब्दे अर्थार सुनादियामान. His plenary parts and associate perform the work of weapons as their own specific duties. Please hear from me another meaning of the word anga. So, anga शब्देर अर्थ आर सुनदियामा. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying, please hear from me another meaning of the word anga. That means, previously we have discussed anga means his hands, legs, and the upanga means the fingers, which are part of anga. So, what is that other anga, which is called upanga or anga, described in the next verse? Anga sabde anga kahe, anga sabde angsa kahe, shastra paraman, angir abhaya upanga vyakhya. So here it is said, anga sabde angsa kahe. So according to Hebrew scriptures, anga refers to his plenary part, anga. Bodily limbs, anga is called his part, amsa. And part of a limb is called upanga, partial part. That means here, anga, next we're going to discuss, anga means Sri Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. And those who are surrendered devotees of Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who are helping them to spread this holy name of the Lord, they are the upanga of Lord Chaitanya. Angir anga, upanga. And now in the next verse, text number 69, by giving reference to the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Brahma offers his prayers to Krishna. Here he refers to the verse, Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam. So this evidence establishes meaning of anga, each amsa. So here it says, Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam atma shadhisha kraloka sakshi Narayanangam narabhu jalayana tachapi satyam na tabaiva maya. Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam. Is Narayana not your anga? That means yes, Narayana is your anga. Sarvadehinam atma. Asi, you are in the heart of every living entity as the super soul. And Akra Loka Sakshi. Yeah. Narayana Angam. Narayana refers to those who, Narayan refers to one who abide in the water born from Nara, Garbhodakshari Vishnu. And Narayana, and that Narayana is your plenary person. All your plenary persons are transcendental. They are absolute and are not creation of Maya. So here it is clearly mentioned that Narayana is not a creation of Maya. Like living entities are born into the delusion. We are conditioned souls. But Lord Narayana is beyond. Narayana Prabhyaktat. So in that way, Narayana is not born of Maya. Jalasayantarjami Jai Narayan Shahotomaram Satmi Mul Narayan. The manifestation of the Narayana who predominates in everyone's heart, as well as the Narayana who lives in waters, Karna, Garbha and Kshira, is your plenary person. You are therefore the original Narayana. So very important thing to take a note on. those who are not aware of Krishna Tattva, they feel Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described when it speaks about Garbhodaksha Vishnu, says, Etan Nana Avataranam Nidhanam Bijam Abhyayam. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the source of Abhyaya Bija. So in that, he is actually Abhyaya Bija. So from him,
Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah, Prabhu. Prabhuji, there is no sound. There is a disconnect.
Hare Krishna, dear devotee, there was internet interruption. That's why I went offline. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. So Narayana is Krishna is the original Narayana. So whenever in Shastra it is said that Narayana is the creator, then we must know that Krishna is referred there. Huh? So in which context it is said, we need to look at it. Otherwise, what happens every time it comes, we should not be confused. But in any way, we understand Narayana is the Krishna is the original Narayana. Okay. Anga sabde amsa hai kahe seho satya hai maya karya nahi savachidanandamai. The word anga indeed refers to plenary persons. Such manifestations should never be considered products of material nature, for they are all transcendental, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So Prabhupada writes, in the material world, if a fragment is taken from an original object, the original object is reduced by the removal of that fragment. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not at all affected by the actions of Maya. Then he quotes Sri Upanishad, where it is described that Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. That means when all complete units come from Krishna, still he remains the complete whole. That means Prabhupada says the Vedic mathematics 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 and 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. That is Narayana. And Srila Prabhupada also in his purport, he explains that Sri Krishna, when he incarnates, all his Narayana Murtis are equally powerful. Okay? Therefore, in describing the worshipable deity for the living being, in Bhagavatam, it is said, Sattvam Rajas Tamaiti Prakriti Gunastai Eka, Gunastai Yukta Parapurusha Eka Ihasya Dhatte Sthityaday Hari Virenchi Hariti Sangya Seyamshi Tatra Kalu Sattvatanur Nidamsu. What is that? It is said, Sattvam Rajas Tamaiti Prakriti Gunastai Yukta Parapurusha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is transcendental, he indirectly associates with the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Then he assumes the form of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. But why? Kritya Day, for the purpose of creation, maintenance, and destruction of this cosmos. But then one can ask the question, so that means same Supreme Lord, in association with the modes, he assumes different forms like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Can we worship anyone for the ultimate good? No. It is said, Sreyamchi Tatra Khalu Sattvatanur Nidamsu. For ultimate benefit, Vishnu must be worshipped. That means, then if you ask, okay, you say Vishnu must be worshipped, then is there a reference that we have to worship, or you people worship Vishnu, that's why, or Krishna, that's why you are pushing? I don't want to worship Vishnu. But same Bhagavatam also confirms, Bhejire Munayo Thagre Bhagavantam Adakshajam Sattam Vishuddham Kshemaya Kalpate Jenutan Iha. This is the Sadachar, or this is the evidence we can see in the past. Munaya, so many great saints, they worshipped this Supreme Lord, Krishna, or Narayana, and that in perfection. That means whoever follows such great authorities is also eligible for liberation from this material world. That means only Krishna can give liberation. Vishnu, Mukti Pradata Sarvesham, Vishnu Eva Samsaya. So in that way, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, Maya Karya Nahe Sab Chida Ananda Maya. That means they are all transcendental, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So, for attaining ultimate good, we should worship only Krishna, not any other god. Prabhupada says, in the realm of the absolute, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 1 minus 1 equals 1. Okay, 72. Advaita Nityananda Chaitanya Duyanga Angi Avayavaga Kahi Upanga. So Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu are both plenary persons of Chaitanya. Thus, they are the limbs, angas of his body. The parts of these two limbs are called Upangas. That means, who are the parts of Advaita Acharya and Nityananda? They are associates, or you can say they are devotees. Those who are surrendered to Advaita and Nityananda, they are actually the Upangas. अंगोपांग तीक्ष्णास्त्र प्रभुर सहिते वस्त्र सपसंड दलिते. Thus, the Lord is equipped with sharp weapons in the form of his parts and plenary persons. All these weapons are competent enough to crush the faithless atheists. So who are the atheists? Atheists are those je anya devam paratpena badanti ajnana mohita. Being deluded by ignorance, they consider demigod as the highest truth. Param devam paratpena badanti. Then Narayanat jagat Bandyam. Even they are superior to Narayan. They say. Prabhupada is saying, one who compares the Supreme Personality of Godhead to the demigods is known as a Pasanda. So, Pasandis, they think demigods are superior or even equal to Narayan. So, here it is said, Ango Pango Tikhnastra Prabhur Sahite Saisa Vastra Hoy Pasanda Dalite. We have seen Lord Ramchandra, he used his bow and arrow to kill so many demons, right? But Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is his Tikhnastra? Tikhnastra means here refers to like when sharp weapons are applied against enemy will definitely die, right? So similarly, these associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his plenary persons, they are like weapons, but these weapons are of special, are of having special characteristic that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu applies such weapons, then the living entities are not dead, Pasandas are not dead. They are still alive, but their mood towards Krishna is changed. Like for example, Jagai and Madhai, Kaji Sahib also, we can see, right? They all became purified. So this is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is applying his Angarupangas. So here it is said, Prabhupada writing, Pasandas or atheists cannot understand the pastimes of the Supreme Lord or transcendental loving service to the Lord. They think that devotional service is no better than ordinary fruitive activities, karma. As the Bhagavad Gita 4:8 confirms, however, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees, saving the righteous and chastising the miscreant, Paritrana sadhunam vinasaya chadushkutam, always curb these nonsensical atheists. Miscreants always want to deny the Supreme Personality of Godhead and put stumbling blocks in the path of devotional service. The Lord sends his bona fide representatives and appears himself to curb this nonsense. The Lord's mission is to send his devotee, or he himself comes just to rectify the miscreants. Nityananda Gosai Sakshat Haladhar Advaita Acharya Gosai Sakshat Ishwar. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram and Advaita Acharya Prabhu is Sakshat Ishwar, means he is an incarnation of Mahavishnu. Shiva Sadi Parishad Sanya Sangelaya Dui Senapati Gule Kirtan Kariya. these two captains are who? Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya Prabhu. Captains are the controller of the armies. Okay, so they are the captain. With their soldiers, such as Srivas Thakur travel everywhere, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Pasanda Dalanavana Nityananda Rai Acharya Hunkare Papa Pasandi Palai. The Nityananda is very furious. Sorry, Lord Nityananda's very features indicate that he is the subduer of the unbelievers. All saints and unbelievers flee from the loud shouts of Advaitacharya. Sankirtana Pravartaka Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sankirtana Jagnatare Bhaje Saidhanya Saita Sumedhar Kubuddhi Sangsar Sarva Jagya Haite Krishna Nama Jagya Sat. So here it says Sankirtana Pravartak Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the initiator of Sankirtan Jagya, and Sankirtan Jagya Tare Bhaje Saidhanya. Anyone who worships Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting this holy name of the Lord is the most fortunate one. That's why in Bhagavatam it is said, Jagyai Sankirtanai Praya Jajantihi Sumedhasa. Not that those who are, anybody can serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting Hare Krishna. Those who are intelligent, Sumedhasa, they only. Therefore it is said, Saito Sumedhar Kubuddhi Samsa. That means those who are engaged in worshipping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they are the most fortunate, intelligent, and others are actually Kubuddhi, the poor understanding. Therefore, such a person is truly intelligent, whereas others who have but a poor fund of knowledge must endure the cycle of repeated birth and death. Of all sacrificial performances, the chanting of the Lord's holy name is the most sublime. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the father and inaugurator of the Sankirtana movement. One who worships him by sacrificing his life, money, intelligence, and words for the Sankirtana movement is recognized by the Lord and endowed with his blessings. All others may be said to be foolish, for of all sacrifices in which a man may apply his energy, a sacrifice made for Sankirtana movement is the most glorious. Then very interesting thing he said, Koti Ashwamedha Jagya Krishna Koti Ashwamedha Eka Krishna Nama Sama Jai Kahe Se Pasandi Dande Tarijama. Just you see, what is the benefit of chanting this Hare Krishna? One who says that 10 million Ashwamedha sacrifices are equal to the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna is undoubtedly an atheist. He is sure to be punished by Yamaraj. I don't know whether you have heard of this or not. If somebody says chanting Hare Krishna means you get the merit of performing 10 million horse sacrifices. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying he will be punished by Yamaraj. That means, as we know, Nam, Nami, Abhinnatta, Nama, Nami. There is no difference between Nama and Nami. Krishna and his names are same. Krishna being unlimited, the holy name is also unlimited. The performance of Ashwamedha sacrifice that are recommended in the Karma Kanda section of the Veda, they are limited, they are not unlimited, right? somebody performs this Ashwamedha sacrifice, he gains the merit, it has got limited result. But chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is going beyond this world. The benefit one attains by karmakanda performances, he can utilize those benefits as long as he is in this material world. But by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can attain love of Godhead, and that is even taking him to the spiritual world. So it is unlimited. Therefore, we cannot compare this Ashwamedha sacrifice with whole chanting of holy name. Or chanting of holy name cannot be compared with any kind of karmakanda performances. Okay. Just to give you some understanding about what is the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is verse in Skanda Puran, he said, Dana Vratas Tapas Tirtha Kshetra Dinan Chajasthita Saktayo Devamhatam Sarva Papa Harashubha Rajasuya Swamedhanam Jnanasyadhyatma Vastuna Akrishya Harina Sarva Sthapita Swesu Namasu. You see, somebody performs some study of this Veda, or performs sacrifice, or he gives in charity, all these merits, and performance of Rajasuya Yajna, Ashwamedha Yajna, Swadhyaya Yajna, all the merits available in such kind of pious activities, Lord has collected them all and invested in the holy name. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam Nama Kari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti Taprarpita. Akrishya. He has collected all the merits from Ashwamedha sacrifice and Rajasuya sacrifice, giving charity, performing austerity, study of the Veda, and so forth, and invested in this chanting of the holy name. Therefore, Nam Yajna is the essence. And in this age of Kali, we don't require any qualification. Therefore, our acharyas, they have given so much emphasis. Srila Prabhupada, he writes in the purport, in the list of the 10 kinds of offenses in chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hare Krishna, the 8th offense is Dharma Vrata Tyaga Hutadi Sarva Shubha Kriya Samyam Api Pramadaha. One should never consider the chanting of the holy name of Godhead equal to pious activities like giving charity to Brahmanas or saintly persons, opening charitable educational institutions, distributing free food, and so on. The results of pious activities do not equal the results of chanting the holy name of Krishna. The Vedic scriptures say, Gokoti Danam Grahane Khagashya Prayaga Gango Dakakalpa Vasaha Jagyayutam Meru Suvarna Danam Govinda Kirtir Nasamam Satamsai. Even if one distributes 10 million cows in charity during the eclipse of the sun, lives at the confluence of the Ganges and Jamuna for millions of years, or gives a mountain of gold in sacrifice to the Brahmanas, he does not earn 1/100th part of the merit derived from chanting Hare Krishna. When such kind of descriptions are given, we should never think, oh, that means there is some kind of pious spirit, it can be compared with the chanting of the holy name. That is why always saying it is not equal to this merit, this kind of pious activity, it is not equal to that pious activity. What does it mean? This means this describes the supremacy of the chanting of the holy name. People, when they study this thing, they should understand that I should by all means, with all my endeavors, I should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In other words, one who accepts the chanting of Hare Krishna to be some kind of pious activity is completely misled. Of course, it is pious, but the real fact is that Krishna and his name, being transcendental, are far above all mundane pious activity. Pious activity is on the material platform, but chanting of the holy name of Krishna is completely on the platform, the spiritual plane. Therefore, although Pasandis do not understand this pious activity, can never compare to the chanting of the holy name. Okay, then continues. Text number 80. भागवत संदर्भ ग्रंथेर मंगलाचरणे ये श्लोक जीव गोस्वामी करियाछेन व्याख्याने. In the auspicious introduction to the Bhagavata Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami has given the following verse as an explanation. See, Anta Krishnam Bahir Gauram Darshitangadi Vaibhavam Kalau Sankirtanadde Sma Krishna Chaitanya Masritaha. Anta Krishna Bahir Gaura Darshitangadi Vaibhavam. This is the magnificence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I take shelter of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is outwardly of a fair complexion but is inwardly Krishna himself. In this age of Kali, he displays his expansions, his angas and upangas by performing congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Anta Krishna refers to one who is always thinking of Krishna. This attitude is a predominant feature of Srimati Radharani. Even though many devotees always think of Krishna, none can surpass the gopis. Among whom Radharani is the leader in thinking of Krishna. Radharani's Krishna consciousness surpasses that of all other devotees. Lord Chaitanya accepted the position of Srimati Radharani to understand Krishna. Therefore, he was always thinking of Krishna in the same way as Radharani. By thinking of Lord Krishna, he always overlapped Krishna. So Krishna Chaitanya, who was outwardly very fair, with a complexion like molten gold, simultaneously manifested his eternal associates, opulences, expansions, and incarnations. He preached the process of chanting Hare Krishna, and those who are under his lotus feet are glorious. Upapurane Spuni Shri Krishna Vachan Kripa Karibhyasa Prati Kahiyache Kathan. In the Upapuranas, we hear Sri Krishna showing his mercy to Vyasadeva by speaking to him as follows. So Krishna is speaking to Vyasadeva. What is saying? Aham eva kvachit brahman sannyasa sama asrita. Oh, Brahman or Vyasadeva, sometimes, kvachit, once upon a time or sometimes, I accepted the renouncement of life, sannyasa sama asrita, and Hari Bhaktin grahayami kalo papatanmaran. Then what I will do? I will accept. I shall accept this number of life. That's how I will make the people in this age of Kali to take the process of devotional service. That's how we can see this Sachinandan Gaurhari. He has done this. Bhagavata Bharata Shastra Agama Puran Chaitanya Krishna Avatare Prakat Praman Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mahabharata, the Puranas and other Vedic literatures all give evidence to prove that Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of Krishna. So in Bhagavatam we have seen Asan Varnastraya Shagnatam Yugantam Shukrakastapita Idanim Krishnatam Gata. In this verse, there is an indication about Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming, who is Krishna himself. Then in Mahabharata also Vishnu Sahasranam, Vaishampayan Rishi, Adi Lila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken two names, and Antalila from Antalila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken two names and put it into Vishnu Sahasranam. So in that way, so all these, and here we can see in Upapuran, Aham eva kochit brahman sannyasa samasita vibhakti grahayami kalo papahatan naran. People in this age of Kali are sinful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by accepting the renounced order of life, he helps all these sinful people to embrace Krishna Bhakti, the devotional service. Pratyakshe dekho nana prakat prabhav alaukika karma alaukika anubhav dekhiya na dekhe jato bhakto abhaktir gan ulluke na dekhe jena surjir kiran. One can also directly see Lord Chaitanya's manifest influence in his uncommon deeds and uncommon Krishna conscious realizations. Some of his uncommon deeds are when he was in Puri. When he was in Puri at night time, sometimes the Saru Damodar and Rai Ramananda, they will come to speak from Bhagavatam, the writings of Jayadev, our Chandidas Vidyapati, about describing Krishna's confidential pastimes with the Gopis and Srimati Radharani. And upon hearing these pastimes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will manifest Ashtasattvika Vikar in his body. Sweda, Kampa, Sru, Vaivarna, all these are Ashtasattvika Vikar. And then night time, when everybody goes to sleep, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was sleeping in Gambhira, in Puri, there is, he used to stay in Kashi Mishra Pandit's house. The temple is still there. Radha Kanta Vigraha is there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a small house, small room. You can still go and see, visit that house. And they will lock the door from outside because they don't want Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go out. And what is his pastime? At night time, when everybody goes to sleep, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come out from his house. How? Locked from inside. Even there is a small hole, like even if you lock the door, it's not that air cannot pass. Still air can pass. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can come from that little space and he will be, he will be lying in the street of Puri, sometimes near the cows. So this is how he had performed. Even though one time it is explained that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a strict sannyasi, but because he is Krishna himself, in form of Krishna, he likes to hear Gita Govinda. Therefore, in Jagannath Puri, Pandas in every evening they come together and they sing Gita Govinda for Lord Jagannath. Jagannath, very happily listens to this Gita Govinda. So one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing in the street of Puri, and there was one girl singing Gita Govinda in a brinjal garden. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, upon hearing this Gita Govinda, he could not control himself. And he started running towards the girl. And then Govinda, he saw, what is happening? He realized, he understood. Now Mahaprabhu does not have external consciousness. So he went and, brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back. And then afterwards, when Mahaprabhu came back to his senses, he said, Govinda, you have saved my life today. Huh? So in that way, but these are all alaukika lila. These are not ordinary pastimes. These are his extraordinary pastimes, uncommon deeds, pastimes. Okay? And dekhiye na dekhiye to abhakti raga. Even though we have got such evidences of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's uncommon pastimes, still those who are non-devotees, they don't see. Just as owls do not see the rays of the sun. Very nice analogy. During daytime, owls cannot see. Right? You can only see when sun is up. Now it is night time for us. We can't see unless there is light. But the owls, similarly, owls cannot see during daytime when it is there is sun. So even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are very, very clear, evident, still those who are non-devotees, owl-like people, they can see him. Tvam Sila Rupa Charitahi Parama Prakrishtahi Satvena Satvikataya Pravalayesha Sastrahi Prakhyata Daiva Paramartha Vidam Mataisha Naivasura Prakritayo Prabhavanti Bodhim. O my Lord, those influenced by demoniac principles cannot realize you, although you are clearly the supreme by dint of your exalted activities, forms, character, and uncommon power, which are confirmed by all the revealed scriptures in the quality of goodness, and the celebrated transcendentalists in the divine nature. So, this is coming from Sutra Ratna of Jamunacharya. So, the Prabhupada says, even according to historical references, Krishna's activities are most uncommon. Krishna has affirmed, I am God, and he has accepted accordingly. Mayavadis think that everyone can claim to be God, but that is their illusion. For no one else can perform such extraordinary activities as Krishna. Krishna lifted Govardhan, right? Who can lift Govardhan? Anyway, so in that way, those who are non-devotees, they can see him. They can realize Krishna, even though his uncommon deeds are still prominent in this world. Prabhupada is saying, all the followers of the Vedic way of life have accepted these famous personalities whose authentic scriptures conform to the Vedic literature. Nonetheless, the demoniac do not believe their statements, and they purposely oppose the Supreme Personality of God and his devotees. Today, it is fashionable for common man to write whimsical words as so-called incarnations of God and be accepted as authentic by other common men. This demoniac mentality is condemned in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, wherein it is said that those who are miscreants and the lowest of mankind, who are fools and asses, cannot accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead because of their demoniac nature. They are compared to ullukas or owls who cannot open their eyes in the sunlight because they cannot bear the sunlight. They hide themselves from it and never see it. They cannot believe that there is such a divinity. So this is the point. Like owl closes its eyes. It cannot tolerate the brilliance of the sun. And similarly, though clear description about the personality of Godhead is not seen by the atheists. They close their eyes, they can't see God. That is their position. Even though our acharyas like Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, and big devotees like Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there have been so many descriptions, but the owl-like people cannot take advantage of such literature. Therefore, it is very essential for all of us. We should take Prabhupada's book, distribute, and then help them to study these books. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we can take questions now. We'll continue from text number 88 next time.